Thornton Township fires Tiffany Henyard's boyfriend and another dude after meeting Brawl. That was a throwdown. Let's get into it. What do we got going on? Here we go. Let's watch a little content from Jermont Terry.
What a difference a week makes. From an all-out
Look at that.
to a subdued mostly on Zoom, there were some major changes in Thornton Township tonight aimed at keeping the peace and keeping everyone safe. Tonight, one of the men involved in that fight was fired from his township job.
Our Jermont Terry has been on top of this story for months and explains why Tiffany Henyard's boyfriend and another ally lost their jobs.
Thornton Township trustees called a special meeting Thursday. Two things noticeable: Supervisor Tiffany Henyard absent, and a virtual overflow room for the public to avoid direct contact with the board.
With obviously what happened last week, it's just something we felt that was kind of the best, at least temporary solution.
Last week, that violent township brawl took place. Henyard's opponents and allies, including her boyfriend, Kamal Woods, seen here in the black, threw punches and tossed tables.
Look at that.
Isn't just Henyard's boyfriend, but was hired by her to run the youth program.
I would like
The youth program.
to terminate effective immediately Kamal Woods.
A position he no longer holds, and his involvement in that fight, trustees say, made it easier to let him go.
As a township employee, I think that we are expected to be held to a different standard that comes with the different levels of respect.
You may recall Woods and William Moore, another Henyard hired employee and ally, were both placed on paid leave last week, just before the brawl.
I would like to make a motion to put Kamal Woods and William Moore on administrative leave.
Now they are both fired.
So just because this action was taken doesn't mean that the investigation stops.
The investigation is to determine what exactly, if anything, the two men did. Many in the community and on the board have questioned if they were just collecting paychecks. Supervisor Henyard has always said that this appears to be a personal attack terminating Kamal Woods, but the trustees say that's far from the case.
It's not personal.
That's why there are rules and generally and even laws against, whatever you want to call it, like it's a nepotism or whatever. That's why they're there, because of reasons like this, because then somebody does deem it as personal where you shouldn't even be in that situation.
The board meets for its regular meeting next week. In Thornton Township, Jermont Terry, CBS News, Chicago.
As we move through the year, it's no secret that cyber criminals are online and lurking, ready to pounce on unsuspecting Americans. I read news stories of innocent people being taken advantage of all the time. And that's why protecting your online privacy isn't just smart, it's necessary. And that's where Surfshark VPN comes in. Surfshark gives you the tools to shield your devices, block invasive ads, and encrypt your internet activity, keeping the bad guys out of your business. Think of a VPN as your online security system, whether you're browsing at home, using public Wi-Fi, or handling sensitive information. Surfshark wraps your data in a secure, private tunnel. It's like having a digital wall around your home, keeping hackers and snoopers locked out. Let's face it, privacy isn't just about security, it's about freedom. With Surfshark, you can access content from around the world without censorship and without big tech tracking your every move. Right now, Surfshark is offering an exclusive deal for News for Reasonable People listeners. Go to surfshark.com/reasonable for 4 extra months free. Don't wait. Protect your data, defend your privacy, and browse with confidence. So one of the things I would say here was this issue, this has been a long-standing issue, and this has been brought up multiple times. Hey, Tiffany Henyard appointed her boyfriend and appointed some other people, has been trying to appoint a new attorney, trying to appoint a new village administrator, just basically unilaterally making appointments in Village of Dalton. We're talking Township of Thornton, but same deal. It's basically nepotism, right? Your people, your family, your immediate circle, giving them the job, whether or not they are worthy of it, whether or not they've earned it, whether or not they should have it, whether or not they are competent to fulfill the role that they've been hired for. Now, Kamal Woods was hired, I think his salary is a little over $100K. And people are saying he did nothing. I don't know what he did as, administrator of that job. I don't know what he did. I have no idea, right? No idea. But enough people in the township of Thornton are saying he didn't do anything. He did nothing. He took the job and said, thank you very little. And so this issue was brought up by former Mayor Lori Lightfoot in her report. So it would have been the meeting where they had the brawl, where they just kind of went for it. That was last Tuesday. The night before that, on Monday night, former Mayor Lori Lightfoot and former federal prosecutor Lori Lightfoot, she read out her big long report of, actually, it wasn't that long. It was pretty succinct. And she indicated, hey, these folks, including Kamal Woods, they were given jobs, and we did a little investigation, and nothing in their background indicates that they are qualified for these jobs. So basically coming out and stating Henyard's just giving away jobs as favors to, her boyfriend who's married to somebody else. Literally. 2 Thornton Township employees, including Kamal Woods, boyfriend of Supervisor Henyard, were fired. So that happened. So the Lori Lightfoot meeting happened. The meeting the next night happened on Tuesday, last Tuesday night. That meeting happened. And during that meeting, as we saw, the township put them on hold based on the recommendation of the report saying these people are not qualified for the jobs that Tiffany Henyard has given them. The altercation began after community activist Jedediah Brown hurled a curse word at Henyard. Well, he said that she slept her way to the top. She effed her way to the top. She wasn't a good mother, and she'd never make marriage material. And then at the end, he said, you done, bitch. Pretty derogatory stuff. Not exactly, words that are going to endear himself to Tiffany Henyard or the community in general. You done, biatch. This is during the public comment section. Yeah, a little too far. And so then that led to a physical confrontation between Brown, Woods, and Henyard. In the aftermath, Thornton Township is seeking permission to hold meetings remotely for safety reasons. Right? I mean, nobody wants the beatdown. They even came right out and basically said, we're concerned for media. We're concerned for media, meaning we're concerned for Critical Smoker. We're considered for Reality Check TV Chicago. We're, concerned about Lansing Journal. We're concerned about Burgundy Blue. I mean, all those folks that are physically there in these meetings, never mind Jamont Terry, and we just saw, and all the other folks that are involved in covering this story. Anybody in media, right? Somebody could have, been hit in the head or whatever, because that was a knockdown brawl. Let's take a look at the remote meetings request. In the aftermath, Thornton Township attorney Michael Galdo requested a waiver of the Open Meetings Act from the state. Seeking permission, from my understanding, they sent it to Let's Go Brandon Johnson and also the governor, seeking permission to hold meetings remotely for safety reasons. You mean because there might just be an absolute beatdown and there's so little discipline in these meetings that somebody might pop off with something during a public comment segment and then the crowd just goes crazy? You mean like that? Yeah, like that. All right. Delgado wrote to Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker and Attorney General Kwame Raoul, urging them to approve Zoom meetings. Hey, we would like to have Zoom meetings because we don't want somebody to get beaten up during public comment segment. The fact that it has to get to this, what is the reasoning for your wanting us to basically waive the Open Meetings Act? Because it's there for a reason. Transparency. Oh, we don't want somebody to get killed. Oh. We're concerned not only for the safety of the public, but for reporters who attend, for elected officials and staff themselves that were there, that there would be a repeat of what occurred last Tuesday, which was a fight, to understate it. One of the things that I saw was, it was a skirmish. It was just a small skirmish. No, scuffle. I knew it was an S word. It was a scuffle. They had just a little scooch of a scuffle. That's like saying the the fentanyl Floyd riots were mostly peaceful. Yeah, it was a scuffle. Mostly peaceful. $5 billion in damage, but mostly peaceful. It's all good. It's all okay. It was more than a fight, and it could have been a real catastrophe. So we're asking for the governor to allow for remote meetings, Delgado said. As of now, Delgado has not received a response. Next Thornton Township meeting is scheduled for 3 weeks from now. I bet you they have a bunch more special sessions because that's literally what this was. It was a special session, and I was watching it on, actually, let's just go watch it. Let's go watch it on Critical Smoker. It's only a second. This is almost 2 hours long. So I spent the first hour 45. I was doing some cardio, doing a workout. There wasn't much going on. It was kind of like this. And then
I would like to make a motion to terminate effective immediately Kamal Woods. Second.
Trustee Wiedemann?
Yes.
Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Supervisor Pro Tem Gonzalez?
Yes.
Motion passed.
done.
I would like to make a motion to terminate effective immediately William Moore. Second.
Okay. Trustee Wiedemann?
Yes.
Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Supervisor Pro Tem Gonzalez?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Boom.
Do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting, or is there anybody have anything else to say?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Trustee Wiedemann?
Yes.
Supervisor Pro Tem Gonzalez?
Meeting adjourned.
Okay. 5:06.
Boom. Just, I mean, that just, right? Just. See, right there? Right there. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be. People that are leaders get together. There's not all this dicking around with all kinds of ridiculousness. They get in, they get said what they want to say. They move things in the way that, is best for the township in this case, or the village. That's the way it's supposed to go. Constructive things like people who are not qualified to do their jobs get fired. That's how it's supposed to go. But you've got so much, I think, corruption, ethical calls. You've got, you've got stuff going on with Tiffany Henyard's administration that's being called out. And those were a couple of those positions where township, based on recommendations, they did it the right way. Meaning they had, Lori Lightfoot come in with her report. All right, we got this. They're recommending this. They went ahead and put these folks on blast, basically by saying we're putting you on administrative leave. And then Kamal Woods did not do any favors by basically duking it out with Jedediah Brown, the activist. I mean, you're already on administration leave and you're going after a dude. I get it. He's married to somebody else, but his girl, who is, Supervisor Henyard, the super mayor, his girl got dissed. So, you got to do a little throwdown. But when that happens, it's kind of like getting in a tussle with the police when you're on probation. That's not going to go well. It's not going to go well. You're going to end up going to jail. You're going to go back to jail. And in this case, what happens when you're already on administrative leave? You get fired. You're fired. And that's what happened. And this is how it should go. So Township of Thornton, I think you guys are on the right path. I hope you can hold it together until you get that election, get some new blood in there, because what a train wreck this has been. But it's nice to see, some smiles like this. Like, this is how it should go. This is what should be happening. All right. So things moving in the right direction. I'll continually report on this because we ain't done yet. You've still got a bunch of time before the election and getting folks in. Anything could happen. Another brawl. Who knows? What's good old JB Pritzker going to come back with? What is Let's Go Brandon Johnson going to come back with? A remote session. Yeah, they should approve that, right? We'll see. Stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed, notification bell, all that good stuff. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.